Welcome back to another video, guys. As you guys can see behind me, I've got myself new brakes. So this is my new brake setup that I haven't installed yet. So I custom held braided lines. I think it was 35 centimeters. And my caliper hardwares, they're all freshened up. Painted these in wrinkle black. So since my car is a CXI, I needed new front knuckles, which I got for 300. My rotors were around 400. It came with Type R calipers, but I just binned them. And I got these calipers for around 1500. So pretty cheap. And then I resprayed them in gunmetal. And my upper control arm is gunmetal as well. So just freshen up everything here. So what I have here is my old rotor, 242 millimeters. And if I place it side by side with 282, massive difference. So the reason I'm upgrading my brakes is because I'm gonna go to the track, do mountain runs, and my 242 millimeters caliper and rotor, they don't make like slotted rotors, they don't make good pads for them. So I'm gonna be running the Endless MX72 Plus pads on these calipers. They're still on the way. So, but I'll install them with the current pads I got. I'm not sure what they are, but they have like the Nissan stamp. So I don't think they're race pads, but it'll work for now. So this is the other side that I haven't removed. Stock upper control arm, stock brakes, stock lines. Basically everything's stock, to be honest. I'll remove the whole arm in one go with the whole lot, and I'll remove the brake caliper first. Now that I've got the caliper off, I'll just get the rotors off. Alright, so I got the whole arm out. Wasn't that difficult, to be honest. Since I got the front knuckle out, I'll first get in the upper control arms, bolt that in, and then put in the spindle. And obviously, every install doesn't go as planned. Had to cut the nut off my tie rod end, and the thread just keeps spinning, so time to order hardrace tie rod ends. Also, I finally got the CV nut out. That was a pain in the ass because I finally resorted in buying an impact gun. Also, I bought hardrace end links because might as well, I'm already in here. And I bought hardrace extended ball joints, the row center ones, and I bought new CV nuts. So I'm just all waiting on that, and we can install this brake. And before you guys say, why didn't I just use heat? Well, I did. I also used a breaker bar, a jack, and broke 3 wrenches. This is what I got from JDM Yacht. Brand new tie rod end from hardrace, new extended ball joints, new CV axle nuts, OEM Honda, and this was from Hell. These are the comparisons with the new tie rod ends versus the old one. So the old one, I had to cut the thread off because shit's just spinning. I can't do it by hand, but anytime you tighten the bolt, it just spins. So just opted to get new ones. And this is the difference with the extended ball joint versus the stock one. So just sits lower, helps with the geometry of the car. That's about it. And while I'm at it, I'll get the rears first, as I can't install anything on the front. I don't have the ball joint removal tool yet. So I'll get these old studs out and install extended studs on the rear. This is the length of the old stud. This is the length of the new one. It's a custom length. I think it was 60 millimeters. So this is stock one. These are the new ones. I have one side of the studs installed, so I'm gonna move on to the next side. So after $400 of tools later, I got the stud out, and also over $500 of new parts. This is a comparison of my old ball joint. I just knocked it out of the arm, and this is a new hardrace extended ball joint. So I'll be installing this with my new press kit. And just like that, I've got both ball joints in, sticker installed, and the circlip is on. So I'll try to install this on the car right now. So I've got my front knuckle on, I've got the tie rod end in, I've got lower ball joint in. Now I'm just gonna put my OEM CV nut. This is the next day. I've got the caliper on, the brake pads, the rotor, the lower ball joint, my tie rod ends, and my braided line, together with some new bolts, zinc bolts. Got my upper control arm in. Now it's time to move on to the other side. Also, just a quick note, on my car I'll need like a 3mm spacer behind the hub, so it actually like clears the caliper and actually mounts onto the mounting point. So it's different on different cars. I don't think every other EK has this problem, but I had to use a 3mm spacer in the back of the hub, just sit the rotor on there, so I have enough clearance so the caliper can sit like perfectly in the middle between both ends. So yeah, so I got my caliper installed, pads installed, the pad retainers, new bolts and stuff for the caliper, and same thing applies for every other side. Zinc bolts, hell braided line, upper control arm. So basically everything is new. I've got new lower ball joint and with the new nut as well, and I'll put in the new axle nut which is in the packet there. I just completed my eyeball alignment for the front, so I've got all 4 wheels off. I'll try to bleed the brakes myself now. The fluid I got for my new brakes are the Penrite Super Dot 4. I reckon I could have gone a better one, but this was the only one I could find at the shop, so I'm gonna try to use that. This is currently the next day. I bled all the brakes yesterday and they are finally installed. I tested the brakes last night. They were actually like alright, they're good, but the pads play a big role as well. So I'll be swapping out pads soon to the MX72 Plus. So I'll be trying to get those pads soon. I just finished washing the car. Overall, there's a really big difference from 242mm to 282mm. So it's really big upgrade, and they definitely stop way faster now, but the pads, as I said, do play a big role. And in the back we have the extended studs together with an 8mm spacer. I low-key want to go 10 because I still can fit like one finger in here. It's not that tight, so I reckon I might go 10. There's plenty of threads left, as you guys can see. It's like towards the end of my lug nut, so I can definitely go 10mm. But yeah, build is finally coming along. The suspension, and I've got the Recaro seat coming in. It's probably sometime next week, so I'll make a video on that as well. I'm not sure if they'll arrive like before Honda Nationals, so hopefully they arrive before Honda Nationals. I can throw it on. But really happy with how the car is so far. What is missing right now is Swift springs. I need stiffer springs in the front, which is, I'm trying to go 14 kgs. Currently is 11 kg in the front, so I'll swap the fronts to the rear because the rear is 7 kg. So I'll swap the fronts to the rear and put Swift springs in the front, 14 kg. Or I could go more, but I don't think my shock will handle it. So the best bet is to go 14s and see how it goes. But overall, super happy with the brakes. I definitely want to go disc brake in the rear, but not now as I got no funds for it. Still saving up for my M3. So I'll do that later on when I just have extra money. It's just cheap, you know, 350, but I'll obviously want to go with a whole roll center kit for the back, and I'll get new lower control arms, subframe, and I'll go thicker sway bars as well. So it's not just the brakes that I'll be doing if I touch the rear. So if I touch the rear, I'll be doing basically a whole rebuild, and I'll be going to upgrade the disc in the rear and also the pads, so it wouldn't be cheap. And I do want to respray my engine bay as well, maybe sometime this year, towards the end of the year. I want to respray my engine bay so badly. I just don't like this green no more. I'll probably go something darker, maybe like my valve cover green. So let me know what you guys think, or I could just paint match it to the car. But you know, the darker the color is, you can't really see anything else, you know. So I might go darker. So that might be the way.